Welcome. Today we are talking about a very important horoscope that gives you more insight into why you are here on earth and what is your mission, your destiny, as well as your karma that you want to fulfill in this life. Because we all come here with a mission, and I'm very excited to present this special horoscope to you today, which is unique and can only be found in Vedic astrology, the D10 horoscope. But more on that in a moment. First of all, I warmly welcome you to my YouTube channel, and if you would like to receive a weekly energetic and astrological update on what's coming up for you, feel free to subscribe to my newsletter where I share all those information with you. You can find the link directly here in the description box below this video. And if you are interested in learning astrology, I have hosted a free workshop where I explained everything about the houses, the zodiac signs and planets, so feel free to check this also out. You can also find the link of the recording below this video. And today I'm talking about a special horoscope where you can find more about your career, your karma, your mission, your calling, and I'm talking about Vedic astrology. This is a completely different system than the mostly known Western astrology. And in Vedic astrology, there is a special horoscope as known as a divisional horoscope, which gives you a microscopic insight into the area of your karma here on earth. This means where you energetically want to create balance, learn something new, contribute to society, bring something into healing. And that is partly your mission, which is reflected in your career, and how it can look like, what can work and what will not. You can find some of this information in your birth horoscope, also known as the D10 horoscope or the Rashi chart, but more information can be found in your D10 horoscope. And like I spoke, it is not your birth chart. It is an extra horoscope. It divides the zodiac signs into 10 parts and gives you more detailed insight into your 10th house, because the 10th house is in the birth chart represents your career, your mission, that what you have set out to fulfill here on earth. It gives you an important insight into your life path, your professional talents and your gifts, and how you want to bring these talents into the world. And today in this video I will reveal 3 secrets of this special horoscope so that you know how to read it for yourself. However, I can only touch on a small part of what is possible in terms of significance, because otherwise we would have to sit here for hours. And if you are interested, feel free to check out my free workshop where you can learn more about Vedic astrology. And if you would like to have your own D10 horoscope, you can order it from our online shop. And you can find the link below this video. You will receive it with a small ebook where I explain all the planets in all the houses in the D10 horoscope. But before we start, one thing is important. You should have the most accurate birth time as possible. It does not have to be to the second, but the more accurate the results. And the first thing you do is you look where the ascendant sits in your divisional chart. because it can be a completely different ascendant than you have in your birth horoscope. It's a completely other horoscope. So you look where you find the letters ASC there, which stands for the first house, for the first house in your D10 horoscope. And you look where the ruling planet of this first house is located. Each house has a ruling planet. For example, for Gemini, it is the planet Mercury, and for Cancer, it is the moon. When you order a horoscope from us, you get the assignment of the planets to the houses. So you look which planet rules the house and where this planet sits. We have 12 boxes for the 12 zodiac signs and also for the 12 houses. And you look where your ruling planet is, because your ruling planet has not to be in the first house. It can be in any of the 12 houses. Each of the ruling planets has a symbol which makes it easier for you to find them. For the moon, it is simple. It looks like a moon. And for the sun also, it looks like a circle, and you can see it is the sun. And I will show you the symbols here. And you can look of the 12 boxes in your horoscope where the ruling planet of your first house is in. And as I told you, if you want to know more about how to read a horoscope, please check my free workshop. As I said, for Cancer, it would be the moon. Where do you find the symbol of the moon? Maybe the moon sits in the 6th house. And the 6th house, you can also see the number 6 in the box, and then you know it is the 6th house. And you can count from your ascendant, then you can see which house it is. And the 6th house is about service, it is about debts, it is about disputes, it is also about health and diseases. And it is also about your work environment, your workplace, your colleagues. And this can mean, for example, when your moon sits in the 6th house, that you have a great desire to help others or to work together with others, to serve and to provide service to others. And the moon itself carries these maternal energies to be there for others. And this can mean that this aspect will be very important for you to fulfill when it comes to your calling and to fulfill your karma and your career. And by the way, the moon itself also brings recognition and often fame wherever it sits. You will be seen and appreciated. Another example, if your ascendant ruler in the D10 horoscope is Venus, because your ascendant is in the sign of Taurus and Venus is the ruling planet, and Venus sits in the 4th house, so you might love all that is about home, maybe decoration or furnishing, or you also could love cars and you might want to be a designer for the interior. There are so many meanings. I cannot give you all the meanings. There's so much. Or you want to work with your mother. The 4th house is also your mother. Or you want to work from home because you feel more satisfied if you can work from home. And that is just a very small excerpt from what you can find in your D10 horoscope by looking at where the ascendant is located, in which house. And I cannot cover all the possibilities in this video, but you get a booklet with more information about the D10 horoscope in our shop when you order this horoscope. One last example. If you have the ruling planet of your first house in the 8th house, then it could mean that you are going through a major transformation in your professional career, because the 8th house stands for transformation, and you cannot escape this transformation. And this can mean a complete change from one profession to another, even the loss of your job, but maybe also to create something new. So that's the first important thing you do. You look at where your ascendant sits in the D10 horoscope. Now let's move on to the second secret, what you can find in this horoscope. The second important thing is to look where the planet Saturn is in the D10 chart. Why Saturn? Because Saturn represents the energy of the 10th house. Saturn is the karaka, the indicator for the D10 horoscope. Saturn represents the topic of karma, your work, your career, and how to fulfill your mission here on earth. And you look at which of the 12 houses Saturn sits in. And by the way, this is the symbol for Saturn. Wherever Saturn sits, it will be an important focus in terms of which karmic task you have set for yourself in this life that you want to fulfill, to receive recognition and success. For example, if you have Saturn in your first house, it may mean that you had to start working very early in your life. Saturn represents hard work. Maybe you have to leave your family for this very early. But Saturn also brings the reward after you have done your job fine. Saturn in the first house means you are ready to take responsibility. But there may come a time when you also can feel exhausted, always working for others and being for others there. Saturn, for example, in the 2nd house can mean that fame and honor and recognition may only come to you later in life, because Saturn is an old planet, and that you are a person who does not want maybe to earn millions, because you might be very realistic with Saturn when it comes to making money. And so it always has a special meaning depending on where your Saturn sits in your D10 horoscope. And I recommend watching this video again when you have your D10 horoscope in front of you. Now let's move on to the third secret of your D10 horoscope. For this you look again at your birth chart, your D1 horoscope, and you look where the ruler of the 10th house is placed in your birth chart. Let's say your 10th house is the sign of Sagittarius and the ruling planet is of this house Jupiter. And then you look in which house and zodiac sign Jupiter sits first in your birth chart. That gives you also information, and then you look where Jupiter is placed in your D10 horoscope, in which house and sign. This gives you further information on how to best fulfill your karma, if it is an easy way or a difficult way. And for this you look what is Jupiter doing in this example, when Jupiter is the ruling planet of your 10th house in the birth horoscope. And for example, if in the birth horoscope Jupiter is in the 5th house, that already gives you information that perhaps the area of teaching could be very important for you in your life regarding to your career. And if Jupiter is in the D10 horoscope in the sign of Scorpio, then it could be about, for example, passing on ancient knowledge or teaching astrology or even working in research. We combine always the information of the planets, the houses, and the zodiac signs. This could also mean there is a great change. How you will teach people. There's a great transformation happening. How you do this. And there is no bad aspects at all. It is always what you do with all those energies. We combine always in astrology the information of the zodiac signs, the houses, and the planets. And we also look if a planet gains strength when we look on different horoscopes. When we look at the D1 to the D10 horoscope, this gives you further information. And that's the third secret. If the planet is, for example, in a good house in the D10 horoscope, then this planet will bring good results. What is a good house? That is really a complex topic, and maybe I will make an extra video about this. As I said, if you like, take a look at your booklet that you will get when you order a D10 horoscope in our shop. There you can find out more about the meaning of your chart and what this means. There you find every planet, what it means in every house. And you can always delve deeper and deeper in astrology. Your horoscope shows you what you have set out to achieve in this life, to balance karmic topics, and where you find your own inner and outer fulfillment. But it is always up to you. Your horoscope cannot do it for you. You have to start to implement what you found out by reading and understanding your horoscope, which is a blueprint of your soul plan. All doors are open to you. Be aware of that. There are no bad planets or bad houses. Everything serves you to discover and live more of yourself. And please share this video with people who are also interested in finding out more about themselves. And thank you so much for listening. I love you.